Good morning. There's always like a
Good
little bit
morning.
of delay. I'm like, and here we go.
Thought you were pausing for a picture there, like a big smile.
Yeah. Although I will
Wednesday
say
mornings need a big smile.
that's true. And yesterday's video in particular was hard for me to find a thumbnail because I was like, I had just eaten a piece of peanut butter toast with banana, and I was like watching the video back, and I was like, well, it was so
Just working on
gross.
it the entire time.
Yes. So anyway, that was a little brutal, but I'm in my office today with my professional mic. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome. This is for anyone who is a nerd about podcasting, I did way too much research. And for someone who doesn't like to do research, it was exhausting. But it's the Shure MV7 Plus, and it's great.
I'm sure your husband, who only thinks about gear all day long, also probably gave you some tips and tricks, I would imagine.
Hmm.
So
He
I'm
did and
sure it's
asked.
one of the best.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. It's a long one. I kind of just skimmed, like, when I say skimmed, I mean like glance and read a couple sentences earlier. Do
Yeah,
you feel like we should read the whole thing?
let's go for it. Because I think part of, and again, we'd love to hear from the community
Yeah.
about like is part of the value that we're bringing to you the fact that like you can listen to Seth's blog in the car, and so this is an
Mhm.
avenue for that. Would love to know that, or if you're like, you know what, just hit the high points and give me your thoughts. Would love to know if that's what you're really enjoying from engaging with this. So,
That's
but
so
for
true.
today, let's read and then give some insights.
Okay. Do you want
Both,
me to read
all the
it
above.
today since you read it yesterday?
Oh, sure. Tag, you're
Okay.
it.
Seeing the lottery. At least the Powerball tells the truth. In a state run lottery, the deal is very simple. You pay your money, you take your chances. The government randomly chooses a winner, and the winner gets a big prize, and everyone else gets nothing. But there are lotteries all around us, hidden in plain sight. There is the lottery of higher education. You spend 12 years of your life dancing with school and your parents, trying to fit in all the way, assuming that the prize of a famous college is the reward. But these famous colleges acknowledge that they get 3 or 4 or 5 or even 10 qualified applicants for every one they admit. Your effort is the ticket, but the prize is hardly assured. It's a lottery. Even the Olympics is a lottery. 10,000 people give up a decade or more to get proficient at a sport, and on any given day, 100 of them could win, but only one does. The same is true for book publishing and the record business. LinkedIn is a lottery. There are hints and clues and role models about how you're supposed to present and contribute and click and fit in or stand out, and sometimes someone gets a prize. It's pretty clear that Facebook and TikTok are lotteries as well. The small prizes are called friends and followers, even though these folks aren't actually your friends and they're probably not following you. And the big prizes are a temporary sort of fame or authority. That's fine, but we should go into it with our eyes open. Don't buy more tickets than you can afford. If it's really important, choose a path that involves less luck. Don't give lottery winners more credit than they deserve. If you win the lottery, remind yourself you won the lottery. Skill might help, but it's not the driving force. Most of all, call it a lottery. Once we name it properly, it puts our effort and expectations into perspective. Burr, burr, burr.
Kind of sobering. A bit
Mhm.
of a I don't know how you feel, but it felt to me like a bit of a cup half empty Seth here.
Mhm. I know I'm always curious, like, what triggered him? Like, what was it that
Yeah. Well, and first of all, I wanted to ask you what you thought about like I get it, lottery and like the athlete that trains all their life for a moment and then sprains their ankle walking up the stairs to the event. Like,
Mhm.
sure, but what do you think about these lotteries that he just pointed out? You've got higher education,
Mhm.
um, you've got Olympics and LinkedIn.
Mhm. I would say I don't agree that it's only a lottery. I think it's hard work and luck. Like, it reminds me of the question at the end of every How I Built This
How I built this
podcast.
spot. I thought the same
Yes.
thing.
Or at
Those
the end
answers
of
are always so
everyone.
interesting.
Mhm. So, because I do think there is an element of, like, the stars aligning or, like a certain moment in time, right? Like we can't control a time when we're born and what our circumstances are that we're born into, and like all of those things that make us who we
Yeah.
are and allow something like a LinkedIn post or being in the Olympics at a certain time, right? Like we can't control any of that, but we can control the work that we put in and focus and practice. And so I think this is a bit reductive, but maybe that's the point. Maybe he's like, it's like just to be aware of it. But I don't know. I'm a huge fan of hard work. Like I think that's the only reason I've gotten where I am is because sometimes to my detriment, I work a little too hard. But like that sounds, I work too hard. But like I will never be the smartest in the room. I made really good grades all growing up, and I really believe it was just doing the work and not because I'm like a genius or anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm biased, but I think it's probably, again, like all the good answers on the How I Built This podcast. I think it's a bit of both. You're super smart, but you have also put in the work. So I think it's a 1-2 combo. But I
Yeah, what do you think?
yeah, I think towards the bottom of it, right? So he says, don't buy more tickets than you can afford.
Mhm.
Choose a path that involves less luck. So, and then I'm like, don't give lottery winners more credit than they deserve. Purely lottery winners, like absolutely, right? No one's gonna go to the guy who hits the Powerball, like whatever and they're always in California. Have you noticed this? Is it rigged? I don't know.
Oh,
That's up for you to decide. It feels
I
like the
haven't.
last two like massive over $1 billion guys have been like in in California.
Huh. I did not know that.
Anyway, I don't know.
Conspiracy
That may or may not be
theory.
true. I know. I got him. I don't know if that's actually like true. Google it or something. But point is, no one's going to go to them for how to build your business, right? And like the
Mhm.
instant billionaire is not the billionaire to aspire to. But to remind yourself, if you win the lottery, remind yourself you won the lottery. Um, and then this skill might help, but it's not the driving force. I don't know. To be honest, I'm also like my head and really, I guess my heart is a blender right now on this topic because there's so the British Open just happened and the winner was I was going to say arguably, it's pretty much not arguable that Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer in the world right now. He's being compared to Tiger Woods, and he had a press conference. I think it was before the tournament that he ended up winning first place. That he just said, "Listen, I really love to compete, but this is not what satisfies. Winning these tournaments." Which the whole time
Wow.
I'm like, yes. He's like, you know what? I'd rather be a good dad than be a good golfer. I'd rather be the best
Aw.
dad to my son. And like, first of all, everybody loves Scotty, and you're like, is this dude real? Like, he's the best in the world, up there with like the top 1 or 2 golfers like ever, maybe. And like, that's when you can say like, this guy's a,
Yes,
trust me, I'm on top of the
exactly.
world, and I
Yes.
jump into a bathtub full of cash every morning, but it's
Mhm.
not really. Um,
Yep.
but it is interesting. Like he's sort of acknowledging like I've worked really hard. I love this, but at the same time, like if this was anybody else, I think you'd also see that it's not what satisfies. I know that's kind of a whole different topic, and it's like it's not this. I don't know.
I
I
think
guess
it's
what I'm saying is he's
true.
sort of acknowledging this is a lottery in a
Mhm.
way. He didn't say that language, but if you haven't seen that video, search it out. It's like it's really I think it
Side
really
note,
challenges.
this is the second day that you've brought up golf. Yesterday you mentioned, or was that
Oh
in a
no,
different conversation? We talked a lot yesterday, which was we had
yeah.
like 3 conversations. I can't remember. Oh, maybe that wasn't Incest Said What, but you were talking about an idea for something with golfing and technology, and then now you're bringing up golf. Are you like a golf fan now that I didn't know this?
Well, it's funny you say that. I have been paying attention to it because if I'm honest, I have a bit of a on LinkedIn, if someone starts something, they call it a stealth. It's called like a
No.
stealth project or whatever. You'll see that occasionally on somebody, and it basically means I'm working on something, but I'm not ready to tell you about it. But I think it's like, ooh, intriguing. And if I'm honest, I've got a bit of a stealth project in the background that does involve golf. Although I'm not a golfer, I've actually never played a round of golf.
Mm,
I've driven golf carts for friends because who can deny that golf courses are some of the most beautiful like
mhm.
spots. But so I love being on the golf course, but I've actually never played a round of
That's why I
golf.
was like, wow, golf is
But
really on
it's
your mind right now.
I know it's
That's so
I'm
funny.
outing myself as taking an interest in golf right now for various
Mhm.
reasons. But anyway,
Well,
back to the lottery.
yes.
I just think it's an interesting crossover that you have the best player in the world right now saying like I've put in the work, but I'm I kind of count it as a bit of luck that I'm also here.
Yes. And then I also feel like what I'm reminded of as you were just saying that is to maybe this is also Seth reminding because I've been coaching myself and a lot of people right now on focusing on what only you can control. We spend a lot of time, I think, especially women, but I'm seeing a lot of men right now too, like really spending lots of time and energy on things that they literally have no or very limited control over. And maybe this is also a reminder of like, just be real, like you're putting in all this time and effort. Do you actually have control or as much influence as you think over the outcome or not? And get real about that before you keep pouring time and energy and resources into it because that's so limited. So maybe that also
Yeah,
is a reminder. So it's good
it's
stuff.
good.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth.
All right. Well, as Daniel said yesterday, if you're listening to this, we'd love to hear from you. I posted a question in the our Seth said what chat or discussion yesterday, so you can reply to that or let us know your thoughts or takeaways on today's episode. And then also, I feel like we should be saying this every time, but we're figuring this out as we go. This is a production of the Ready Network. And so if you want to check that out, you can go to thereadynetwork.com where I'm the founder and Daniel is a Ready coach. So we help people and organizations get clarity and lead with confidence. Whether you're a leader in an organization or you need that for your personal life, we can help you do that. All right, brother. I hope you have
Awesome.
a great day over there in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, thanks. You too over in Houston, Texas.
See
I'll
ya.
talk to you tomorrow. Bye.